Have you ever wondered how to become better at drawing than anybody in the world, all the other artists in the world? Even if you don't have talent, even if you started too late, even if you started at the age of 155 years old, you've never picked up a pencil before that, even if you don't have time to practice your drawing skills in the first place, well, this video is going to give you the ultimate strategy, the only strategy that any artist has ever used to become better than anybody in the world. So, let's give you a couple of observations. These are the most important observations that you will make in your entire life when it comes to improving your drawing skills, okay? This is it. Observation number 1. Tracy Emin. This is one of the best artists in the world. If you believe the art historians, if you believe the art collectors, if you believe the art galleries, the museums, they will tell you that she is absolutely amazing. She is gorgeous. She is one of the best artists that is alive today. Millions of dollars for her drawings. Look at these drawings. They are rudimentary, elementary level drawings. They are very, very, very poor in quality. Anybody that draws for a couple of months, a couple of weeks, depending on your talent levels, will draw like this. These are the terrible Tracies, the tragic Tracy tracings, the trivial Tracies, the elementary Emins. This is rudimentary drawing at best, and so why do we love Tracy Emin so much? Why is it that Tracy Emin is celebrated as one of the best artists in the world? I will explain this to you because she used one trick that elevated her drawings to being better than anybody else in the art world. And you will be able to use this trick. Let's go to observation number 2. Observation number 2, Basquiat. Look at Basquiat's drawings again. If you look at the art world and what they are saying about Basquiat, the art world will celebrate Basquiat. Look at him. Amazing. Look at the crown on top of these artworks. Wow. Who can draw a crown like this? Nobody can draw a crown like this. This is amazing. Absolutely gorgeous. The talent. But if we are really honest about it, again, these are banal Basquiat bullshit baby drawings. These are nothing more than rudimentary drawings. These are Basquiat blunders. These are basic Basquiat blunders. I mean, there's nothing actually... There's no real drawing talent when it comes to basic Basquiat. Basic Basquiat is not the best drawer in the world. Basic Basquiat doesn't have the highest amount of drawing skill in the world, but everybody loves basic Basquiat. Everybody thinks basic Basquiat is amazing because of the same trick Tracy Emin used. They all use the same trick, a trick that I will explain to you, a trick that doesn't require any talent, a trick that can be used by anyone in the world. Let's do one more observation. This is one of my favorite observations. Harring makes these one-line doodles in 30 seconds or less. This is hasty Harring. Haphazard Harring. These drawings are made in 30 seconds, for God's sake. One-line drawings in 30 seconds. This is Keats' kindergarten creation. Amazing. If you look at the art world, if you listen to what these art historians have to say about this, they will be celebrating Keats Harring. Wow, how is it possible that somebody draws a line like this on a piece of paper in 30 seconds? It's amazing. But again, anybody could be doing this. Anybody could be doing this. And I'm not shitting on these artists. I love Basquiat, by the way. I love Basquiat. I think it's amazing, not because of the amazing drawing skills, but because it's amazing because of other reasons, of course. I'm not going to go into it, but the point is, your drawing skills will not depend on the quality of the drawing at all. It never has. What do all of these observations have in common? Well, they all sell. All of these artworks sell for millions of dollars. All of these artworks, all of these drawings are perceived as the best drawings in the world from the best of the best artists. On top of that, we all know that if we would have a competition where the most skilled drawers, the most skilled craftsmen would win, none of these artists, none of these top 3 artists would be in the top 100,000. They would not be in the top 100,000, selling for millions, but not in the top 100,000. And so what is the only conclusion that we can draw from this? The only thing we can conclude is that the quality of your drawing has nothing to do with the quality of your drawing. It has everything to do with the perception of that quality. And the thing that will influence the perception of that quality is not the drawing itself, but the context, the words, the narration, the meaning. What you say about the drawing will influence the quality of the drawing or the perception of the quality of the drawing more than the drawing itself. That's the only conclusion that we can take from this. Tracy Emin was not the best drawer in the world, but Tracy Emin, she could convince. She could talk about her drawings more than anyone in the world, and that is why we think that Tracy Emin is the best. Simple. Now, this is something that the regular YouTubers and the art historians and the universities don't want to admit because they have a drawing course. They are teaching you how to draw. They are literally getting money from teaching you how to draw, when in fact, how to draw has nothing to do with it. Now, let me tell you the real truth. Let me tell you what it's all about. Let me give you the secret that will propel your artworks, no matter what quality they have, into the best of the best of the best of the best. People, artists, are going on social media. They are looking at some 16-year-old that gets all of the likes in the world, and what do they conclude? They conclude that the 16-year-old is way better at making art than them. What do? Well, they look at their artworks. These artists look at our artworks, and then they conclude that they don't have an art style. Oh, look at me, I don't have an art style yet, and I want an art style. What would my life be if I would have an art style just like Picasso, just like all of these artists? And that's great. They will look at their studio and they will think by themselves, well, I have to sell art, I have to package art, I have to market my art, I have to also do the accounting, I have to do all of those things, and it's way too much, it's overwhelming. What's the reality? Is the 16-year-old better at making art than you? Is the 16-year-old really better? If you're really honest, are the artworks of the 16-year-old that gets 1,432 likes, is that really better? It's not. It's not better. The reality is that the 16-year-old is better at communicating than you. The reality is that Damien Hirst doesn't have an actual art style. Circles is not an art style. Okay, it's not an art style. Circles have been invented 700 BC, 700 before Christ. There was some kind of mathematician, if I'm not mistaken. You can search it up, 700 BC. Or whatever, like 700 BC it was invented. Spot paintings are not an art style. On top of that, Thomas Downing made spot paintings decades before Damien Hirst. It's not an art style. So why does everybody think it's an art style? Because Damien Hirst was better at communicating that it's an art style. And so how do you actually develop your art style? Well, you develop it through communication, not through actually improving your drawing skills. Improving your drawing skills has nothing to do with it. The quickest way to improve your drawings is to improve your communication skill. The quickest way to find your art style is to improve your communication skills. The quickest way to sell your art is to improve your communication skills. The quickest way to get into a gallery is to improve your communication skills. Wow! This is it. Now, technically speaking, if we're really honest, you could say that there are two ways to improve your drawing skills. Number one, improve your drawing skills. Spend hours a day to improve your drawing skills. Got it. You could technically speaking do that. And number two, the one that I just explained, namely improving your communication skills and convincing the world that your average drawings are just one of a kind. It's a unique art style. It's something completely different than everybody else. And so you convince the world that it's actually amazing. So those are the two options that you have. Now, if I'm really honest, if I would be your friend, I would say that you only have one option because one of those two options doesn't actually exist. The truth that most artists don't want to admit is that drawing skills are exhaustible. It's very easy to become one of the best drawers. It's not that hard. The difference between 9.2 seconds on your 100-meter sprint and 9.3 seconds on your 100-meter sprint is barely noticeable. That's the difference. In these top-level drawers, it's barely noticeable. If you become one of the best drawers in the world, you will be one of the 100,000 best artists in the world, the 100,000 best drawers in the world, and nobody cares about number 4,532. Nobody cares. The reality is that the art world is way too saturated to differentiate yourself with skill. The art world is too saturated to differentiate yourself with skill. It's just not good enough. If you are the best, or like close to being the best. You're still like, you're one of the 100,000. You're one of the 100,000. And so improving your drawing skill is just not sufficient. Even if you would do that, it's still not sufficient. Now, of course, you could say, well, Tracy, I don't want to be one of the best. I don't want to sell for millions. I don't want to actually create an art career. I don't want to create a unique art style and conquer the world. I don't want to do that. Well, in that case, cool, don't do that. It's totally fine. But if you want to, then the only trajectory actually is to improve your communication skills. It's the only thing. And so then the question becomes, well, how are you going to improve your communication skills? Very good question. We basically need two things. The equation is very simple. We need resources and then practice. Resources are the ingredients of communication. You cannot make chicken salad out of chicken shit. You actually need real pieces of chicken to make that salad. And so what are those pieces of chicken? What is that? The resources that I'm talking about, well, these are books that explain you how to communicate. These are videos that explain you how to communicate. These are courses that explain you how to communicate. And then, once you have the right resources, you need to practice. Now, the best way to practice is through the 70-20-10 rule. I've explained this in previous videos. I'm not going to repeat myself. But one thing, if I would put it in one sentence, the best way to practice is probably YouTube. You should start your YouTube channel and then practice, make videos, write, make blog posts, put it out there. This is very important. I see artists all of the time. They write their book, they write their great novel. They spend 5 years of their life writing the amazing novel that will set them free for eternity. And then they don't actually publish it. They are too afraid. If the tree falls in the forest and there was nobody to hear it, did the tree fall? Well, this is some kind of dilemma. I don't think so. If you do not share it with the world, did you communicate? Probably not. Now, if you want to shorten your learning curve, if you want to speed up the process of communication, the process of sharing your thoughts, sharing what you have inside of your brain with the world, then you could, of course, take 10 years of my experience, compress it into a couple of days, a couple of weeks, and follow the system that I've explained in the Artist Formula, a system that will enable you to share your art with the world, communicate your art to the world, and convince the world, convince the internet that your art is better than 99% of artists out there. Regardless of your skill level, regardless of your age, regardless of your talent level, because talent has nothing to do with it. Link in the description. Besides that, if you want to learn the best way to practice the 70-20-10 rule, I've made a video about it. I don't remember which video, but let's take it. Drowning in research, success secrets top artists won't tell you. Link in the description and in the end screen. That said, get the hell out of here.